A very good evening to one and all as we welcome you here to Skinner Park in San Fernando for the Mayor's Cup 2024. This is the middle night of action. We already had two outstanding games on Friday night. Here we are 2 nights later getting ready for another doubleheader. This, of course, will kick off proceedings tonight. It's the national team in your picture here, the national under-20s, up against a Tobago Football Association or representative selection, and they of course will be hoping to turn the tide, so to speak, on their Trinidad and Tobago counterparts. Just to bring you up to speed a little bit here, as I say, a very good evening to Sid Gray, former national standout. Sid, of course, I know cricket was on your mind a lot as of late, but you don't have to hit the ball here tonight. We really want to kick the ball tonight. I'll say good evening to you.
Good evening, Ruskin. I'm really at home here. I'm kicking the ball.
Okay.
Not hitting the ball.
There you go. Tobago actually came away with a 4-1 victory in their first game. And they came up against the Samba Youths. Now, the Samba Youths played a decent game. But I think the Tobago team adjusted to the conditions a little bit better. And why I say so, if you notice, there's been a lot of talk in the media about the size of the field here at Skinner Park. And if you look at where the area is, the penalty area, look at how close the sideline is to it. So when you try to spread the ball as you're accustomed to it, you're basically kicking it off the field because there's no width, essentially. And as a result, a lot of the play seems kind of scrambled because everybody's so close together. There's really no room for guys to maneuver inside of there.
Well, basically, I think they might have adapted quicker to these smaller grounds. There are some grounds that they normally play that in the Tobago League are very small as well. So maybe that's why they were more adapted to the condition here.
Yeah, they certainly gave a pretty good account of themselves. But like I said, Samba Youths, they went out of the game per se. It's not like they got blown away. It's just that the Tobago team, I felt, just handled the conditions, a little bit better. It's hard, and it's not a smooth surface. Look at there's some patches on the field, as you could see. And where we have referee Clavon Joseph sending us on our way to get things started here this evening. The Trinidad and Tobago team starting very brightly indeed and immediately putting pressure. But obviously, just before the actual start of the game, we had 2 presentations being made. One, of course, to Levi Jones of the national team, and the other one to Darian Moses of the Tobago selection. So congratulations to them. That would have been for outstanding performances in their opening games. But these are bone-hard conditions, and look at how quickly the ball gets to the goalkeeper at the other end. I was saying to myself, this is a good kicking ground. As you cross half line, you have to be thinking shot.
Yes, and if you are playing the ball behind, you have to put it with some backspin. You can't drive it as normally you want to, so you have to play it with a bit of backspin so it will hold up instead of
on pitching.
Yeah.
And again, that's a technique that you have to practice. I don't think you just develop that. That's something you have to kind of work into your training because you're going to find surfaces like these that are hard. And sometimes it's going to be difficult to do all the things you want. Tobago trying to build it out of the back. That's not a bad ball. In fact, it's a good ball. And why did he choose to go to try to turn back inside when he had a man running free down that left side? Here they go again. This could be interesting here now. Anybody inside for the cross? He's looking for somebody, but couldn't find them. And still going, still trying his bit. Good tackle in the end to deny him on that occasion. But that's good work from Makul down that right-hand side.
I think that the striker needed to make that front post run. He was behind the defense. Try to force the defender to make that mistake. It was too easy for the defender. He was behind.
Here's another ball in at the back post, but straight at goalkeeper Thorne, who is substituting this time around. Trinidad and Tobago blessed with good goalkeepers, and Thorne gets his chance. Here's another long one. This could bounce and head straight towards the keeper, and once it goes up like that, it's always goalkeeper ball. Dinoon had a monster game on Friday night as well. It's a big fella.
Yes, he is.
Certainly, but he was very nimble in goal to handle whatever came his way. What I was impressed with was his distribution. The first couple, when he hit them like he'd normally hit them, like let's say he was a short pack and he just hit it. Well, he did that, it'll bounce and go over the goal at the other end because it just hit the ground and climb over. So he kind of took the volume off. And what he started doing was releasing it at a lower trajectory as well.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent guy. So he seems to understand the game pretty well. Guy that studies criminology.
Right. So again, just having a little difficulty sorting themselves out here. Tobago doing well, keeping the pressure on. In fact, we saw that today from Manchester United where they had Liverpool enjoyed the first half, then Man United decided, look, we're just going to press the ball. And they eventually got 2 goals in quick time, had the lead in that game before a penalty spared Liverpool's blushes. Here's a ball on the ground, causing some problems there. The defense not able to get it out immediately. Fraser, though, helps it forward. And good play again to help the ball go up behind. And Boatswain, who scored one of the goals, a brilliant goal at that.
It's a very difficult ground to play on. You can see already.
The ball, you have to really stay over the ball. This is a surface, you have to obey the principles, especially if you kick into goal. Good defensive work by Cooper again. Had a good game. He's captain in the team today. The big fella. Okay, just looking for some movement. And eventually they get it in the middle again with Boatswain. He's taking his time. Now he loses out. And he gets it to Moses. Moses again trying to get that ball down that side to Makul. And he seemed for a moment to be getting the better of his man. And then maybe it's just the surface, but he couldn't get it from under his feet.
I think sometimes he just needs to take a touch and whip it in. He tried to get around his defender there. Seems to be a guy likes have a bit of trickery in him.
Yep. He's all alone way over on that far side, but he's not affecting the play, but he could come into focus. Here's a shot, and again a brilliant effort once more. Roach not needing much, didn't need a second invitation, hit it well, but low down, saved beautifully in the end by Thorne. So Tobago threatening here early. And really settling. They're actually taking the game to the Trinidad and Tobago U20s. Well, that's a bad ball, and that could be dangerous here, right in the middle, but what a tackle that is, coming across and intercepting that ball nicely there and really bailing out his teammates on that occasion.
That's a bad pass. They normally tell you in a play like that, while it's building up play, do not pass the ball in the middle.
Matthews seemed to be heading straight to goal there, and all of a sudden just found a defender coming, almost came out of nowhere to intercept that one. That was a good defensive work there from Richards. So no goals yet, just about approaching 7 minutes in this game. Here's Moses, he started well. And this man also played very well to Nave Roach. harassing. Running with the ball could really be a problem on this surface because the ball tends to run away from you as a player. And more importantly, the surface itself isn't the best surface to try to dribble on. But this is good work, good approach work here now from TNT. Fraser and company trying to sort it out. But that's excellent work from Tobago. In fact, they are showing that they could match the Trinidad and Tobago players. There's a shot from almost out of nothing. He might have got a deflection, George. And yes, it did. So you get no, the referee says no, so it's going to be a goal kick to Tobago. And so did you ever get to play in a game like this where you're representing a representative Tobago team? Yes, a good ball coming forward again. They're aiming it at that danger man there, McCool.
Yes, I did play. In my time, I have zonals.
So you got to play for Tobago against, say, like North or South.
Yes, I played against North, East, and South. I did play against South right here at the old
Skinner Park.
Skinner Park.
But did it rain?
I think it was a bit wet against our former national captain Clayton Morris and those guys.
That Trintok, that whole Trintok
Yes,
lineup.
yes.
They played, you know, we were just talking about, you're saying congratulations to the South Carolina ladies. They won the national basketball final earlier today against Caitlin Clark in Iowa. And we were talking about unbeaten. They played unbeaten for the entire year, South Carolina. And I was making the point that here's a shot just wide. And that's a brilliant effort again. And already we're seeing Botswana not afraid to come forward and take responsibility.
That's a great free kick there. That one dipped just wide. The keeper could have been beaten there if that was on target.
Just a little too wide on the wrong side of the post, as we say. Again, they're trying to work it down that right-hand side. Moses running into problems, though. He ended up with two players closing him down. And look at how quickly players, almost everywhere you go, there are like two players from the opposing team near to you. And that's, again, because of the space. There's not much. Remember when you play in a high school ground in the U.S.? I remember the national teams having to play on some of those grounds in the past. And you it's like that. You have no room to do anything. Here's a bad miss. And that one could so easily have gone a ride there for them. But Young is trying to keep possession for the TNT youths. Gets a nice ball in. But again, good defensive work. Attacking the ball and trying to get it at the highest point. Moses, or Matthews rather, trying to control it for TNT.
In a game like this, Erskine, your touch has to be very good. A ball like that would not help.
It's only pace. It just hits and runs
off.
And to control a ball at that speed is also going to be very difficult. So Tobago doing well so far. Hall has come in. He is probably the one change from the opening game, and that is because Akeem Jordan was the man who had to be suffering a slight niggle, I would imagine, so he's out as the only change. Whereas the Trinidad youths, they have made quite a number of changes just to give different players opportunities. And here they go again. This young man, Jordan Ferdinand, is not to be taken lightly. Very, very skillful young man from Malik.
They kept behind the defense. You had to play a lot of short pass.
But you have
short and sharp.
But you have to weigh them as well. Some of those passes are so tough. It's hard for your teammate to control it. And again, that man trying to go down there, McCool, however, almost running out. And that is going to be a free kick. The referee is not happy with the challenge. And I think the player turned his back on him. And as a result, when he went through with the tackle, he was actually tackling almost behind the legs of the man, that's Joshua Lewis. Defenders sometimes get penalized for stuff that they have no right being penalized for. Because how is he to know that he was going to make that spin move?
The referee has decided he's not tolerating any nonsense here today. Early yellow card
Yep,
has shown here.
You know,
So I would not let this game get out of hand.
he's setting the tone. This one who could run to the back post. Problems here. And again, Cooper took it on the chest very calmly and deflected it away from his goal. And now here's a foot race, footing on this, trying to get there, but there is Denoon. Very alert. Denoon is a big fella. He reminds me of, I'm trying to remember the Granville, the goalkeeper. Granville was a huge figure. When Granville stood up in front of the goal and did this and flapped his wings, so as an attacker, you're at a loss. You're trying to figure out where exactly is the ball going to pass. Because like he blocked the whole goal. The Noon presents that kind of challenge right now. Yeah, the Tobago youth trying to build it, trying to knock it around. Just not getting there. Say Botswana again in the middle of everything. And more and more, himself and Miguel George and company are getting into the fray. Here's Karut for Trinidad and Tobago. Now they get it over there to Cooper. Cooper is the captain for today, and that's the man who is trying to hold on to Russell Francois. He's had a good game as well in the first game. Trinidad and Tobago only scored 1 goal in that game, but it was enough. Now they're under some pressure here. This could be interesting. And he just, a little bit of miscommunication there because he was trying to play it on one side of the defender, the attacker was going on the other. But here's another chance again, going the other way, but safe hands from Denoon. So already the game is opening up nicely. Play from one end, Botswana again. That's tight, but he's going to get away with it. And he gets it out here to his man George. Miguel George trying to get Botswana battling hard and good skill. Where is the movement? Looking for something, and then it's almost as if his teammates didn't help him out there at all. He didn't seem to have options because nobody seemed to want the ball.
The options is closing very quickly on this small field.
That's a great ball inside, and just them to it. It's going from one end to the next. Here we go again. This is a long ball, and it goes straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Playing those long straight balls would not, I don't think it would yield much on this kind of surface.
And even that is a tough ball. Look at how quickly it goes off the field. Now, like I say, if this was at Shore Park, he probably
has a bit more room, yes.
Has a chance to control, to collect it. Right here, it sails over his head. Just a little too tight in there. And Sid, where are most of these players? Well, I suppose these are from different clubs in Tobago. But what I can see from them is that a lot of them have good skill. You could see they have a fairly high skill level. But I suppose it's how you put it together as a unit.
Well,
to get them moving.
That's the job of the coach, to get the team moving as a unit. They come from different teams all across Tobago, but you just have to find that balance to have this team playing as a unit.
Ball played short. Karut decides he's going to go back inside. Here's George turning nicely. This could be interesting. Opportunities here, and immediately appealing for a handle ball. And they will eventually get a corner out of it. But you could see the opportunity there, but not much by way of movement going forward. But Joshua Lewis still manages to get in across, or at least attempt at a cross. Daryl Young. 6 red shirts in the area. Lewis looking at the back post there. And again, good defensive work. They're getting out one touch. That's all you need. And, well, speaking about one touch, taking too long, but they still have possession. Opportunities aplenty now. Ball played forward, Boatswain had to check his run. Did very well though, and got it back. In fact, that's Davidson, the youngster, the little dynamo, and again, not much room.
Once a team sets up their defensive structure, it's very hard to get through because of the nature of the ground. So you have to be patient. You have to be patient or very quick on your counter-attack.
Right, because once you see the opening, you use the ball. Can't dwell on it because you're not going to get a second chance to play the same ball. By that time, the gap's closed or the chance is gone. Yeah, this is a little better because they're showing a little more patience here now. Coming for the ball deep is Abayomi George. And immediately as I say that, they play the ball forward and it's turning over. So the national U20 against a Tobago selection. And so far so good, goalless in the 19th minute. Trinidad and Tobago now trying to build and go something. Levi Jones is one of those key players, hoping to get Young going down that left-hand side. But there's a kind of similarity among the Trinidad and Tobago players in terms of the height and the build. You know, they look similar. Ball deep again. This time, Dinoon not interested in coming for it. Didn't have to.
That one had some pace on it. I think Dinoon was beaten there.
All have one now. Organize that. Make sure we all have one. Well done.
Again, waiting for the contact and eventually having now to sort it out at the back.
Waiting a bit too long for me, especially in the defensive third.
And this could be interesting. Can he keep it in? He does. Well, Makul again doing good work down that right-hand side. He's looking to be a real handful for the left back Lewis and co. Now the big man trying to get away there, Fraser, but he too has problem. Davidson, nice control, good early, as I say, quick feet, and getting it off of him, and just not enough time to really pick his head up, seek out an option, and by the time Boatswain looked back for the ball, he was under pressure immediately. Chance gone.
Well done. Let's win out.
Still. He's back with Cooper now, so he's decided that just to slow things down just that little bit, no need to hurry. Russell Francois goes further left all the way out to Lewis. Joshua Lewis on that far side, a youngster from Sawa.
Keep it. No need to rush. Keep it.
Here's Francois once more.
Hey, come in. Hey, keep it. Just keep it. Keep it. Hey.
And again, just the bounce of the ball. It really is a bit of a challenge for these, such an added challenge for them. Just put it that way.
It has to be very tight control.
Yep, you have to make sure you either controlling the ball or you're passing it, but even then you have to make sure that you have everything sorted out. This could be interesting here. Can they shut it down? And that's really good work. And why I say so is because if you look at the movement from Richards, Tariq Richards, he was out of position, literally, or the attacker had blocked off the passing lane for him. But he went all around it and created an option for his teammate. And here they are now. The ball is way up on the other side. The Trinidad and Tobago team had nothing on offer, even though they had the ball deep in the Tobago half of the field.
The defensive structure of the Tobago side is very compact, especially I'm not trying to be picked off in the middle. You can see that they are forcing them to play down the flanks and using their speed.
Now here they go again, Francois.
This could be dangerous here.
This is interesting here now. Can Fraser get something going? Not today. And brilliant work once more. It doesn't matter who could get there first and who could put the pressure on. And just like that, George takes it straight off the field. not able to keep that one in. So it's just um, under these circumstances, you know what the coaches are looking for. They want to see players execute the things that they plan, what the plan is, what they practice, so to speak, and stuff like that. But the surface isn't helping.
The surface, the ground, and the size of the ground is not helping as well.
It's not helping them because you could see them wanting to do certain things, and they just don't have the time.
To know that you are like, say for instance, the national team might be practicing on one of those stadium grounds that is larger than this, and spacing is very important in the game, and on this smaller ground, the spacing may be very
tight.
high,
Very tight. It's very limited. You have to be careful which passes you make and where in the field you attempt some of those passes, because it's going to be very difficult, and especially with defenders that are as physical and that are as athletic as the Tobago defenders, because you look at them, they all could run. You know what I mean? They're not afraid. Their lateral movement is excellent.
Well, in the game of football, you're supposed to be running.
It's a running game,
That's
Cooper,
a good ball. Backspin, but a bit too straight.
Yeah, not enough. I don't think they read it well, because all his men kind of stayed short, hoping it would come back to them. Davidson unable to get that one out. That's a big man screening you there, boy. And Levi Jones, that's what long ago used to call that a Vistarama. And Levi, something from distance, but no problems for Dinoon. Here he goes again, winning. George wins it back quickly, and once again, just controlling it, Levi Jones. Trying to make sure Francois now. Cooper. That's tough. They give it away. This could be interesting here now. Can he shake off the challenge? He does. He gets Lewis down, but he has no real option. And might still get something in there. And in the end, a little too anxious there, Miguel George. And he fouled his man. In fact, it was Russell Francois who he just kind of pushed out of the way when he lost the ball. But that's a careless pass.
I'm not too convinced with the two central defenders for the national team. I think they want to play. I know Coach Cooper wants to play, but I'm not convinced they are good ball handlers.
Yeah, they start to panic. They seem panicky when the ball is coming to them, almost like they don't want the ball, Or if they have time, fine. Then they could put their heads down, control it, and then pick their head up and pass the ball. But if that time isn't there, then it all becomes very frenetic and helter-skelter. As it is now, it's a great ball, but it's played just on the wrong side of the attacker. But Makul comes over on the left-hand side, and over here now he's creating problems. Now, where does he go? He's looking for some kind of option. Still going. Opportunity here. Botswain just blocked out. That's a very good recovery run there and challenged by Russell Francois. Coming across and stopping the play dead in its tracks.
I thought he might have gone for a shot there. A snapshot at least.
Yeah. Again, because the space is so limited, you have to always think about shooting the ball. That's great control again by Botswain, trying to get in between the defenders and doing very well. And Tobago now trying to defend this, but here they go again. That's the big man back there coming right across the line and intercepting the ball there. Charles Hall started on this left-hand side, and look at how quickly he was reading the play all the while. Karut. Lewis. Trinidad and Tobago, actually that's Russell Francois. It's like a double-edged sword for the players on both teams, because if you play it wide, the chances are it's going to run off the field. And if you play it straight, it's going to run straight to the goalkeeper a lot of times. So you're between a rock and a hard place. So your options are limited.
It's very difficult.
And the fact that the players on both teams are so well, so well conditioned. It looks like they seem
Again, come on.
full of running, both sides. So they're not afraid to kind of close space down very quickly.
They are under 20 players. They're supposed to be well conditioned.
Yep, yeah, you need to be fit to play the game, and you know, this is a great opportunity for these players here.
All right.
Here we go again because they're so used to playing the ball a certain way that they must be the most surprised bunch to realize that that pass went out of bounds. That's probably what he's saying to his team. It's just a great ball.
And this is where, as a team, you're supposed to learn to adapt very quickly.
Because you're going to find situations where you know plan A isn't working, and you have to devise a plan B and a plan C, even a plan D sometimes.
You're supposed to understand by now. You're supposed to take some off when you are playing those long balls. Take some off.
And even as a stopper, you probably need to give yourself a meter or two more, just so that you have time to see what is happening. Because a lot of times the balls are going to be straight balls. Here we go again now, and Makul on the march once more. His teammate, the ball just isn't cooperating. He's still going, and he's still going. Shot coming, and again, he had everything in his favor here. And
That was a good save there by the goalkeeper.
coming out and Thorn doing his bit here. Goes past 1-2 men, and just stretching a little bit to get that shot off.
The defender had to be.
He just walked past him.
Walk past him.
He just blew past him with no sweat at all. Here is Zion McCool playing the ball in, and again problems. Did it hit the hand? No, the referee says no, and now it's going to be another corner, and the player is down. Took that one for the team.
In the midriff.
Look at this scramble here. Oh, the ball was missed. That's what happened. 2 or 3 defenders missed the ball completely. And almost getting there, Joshua Lewis took it in the solar plexus, it looks like. But he's up and running again. So Tobago here enjoying a little spell here now. Just approaching the half-hour mark. Lively weighted ball. Can he get it back inside? Cannot, but there is another great ball. This one much too close to the goalkeeper.
I should have distributed that one much quicker. That was a one-on-one. Bit too long. Take too long there.
And we know when you do that on this surface, that opportunity that closes quickly. Whatever opening you had, if you don't use it first time, it may not be there a split second later. Levi Jones doing well, just being patient. Trinidad and Tobago now, Lewis on the overlap there, but misses out. And Jones again collects the ball, and now Trinidad and Tobago with some nice numbers on top. Just that control, just not good enough. And now it's a foot race. Trying to get past his man, he does well, shakes off one man, and Davidson was just not looking when the ball was played. And at the other end, it's off to Dinu now. Can he do something? And he does well. He didn't panic. He just allowed the ball to run, and then he took a good angle. Here is the ball, a great ball played forward there by Francois. And off to the races we go. And that was a good opportunity there for Young. But that man, Dinu.
Big unit.
Yep. Block off the space there. It's like an eclipse.
Yes, block.
You know, we have a big eclipse coming tomorrow. He just saw an eclipse there. He just blocked everything. Where did the light go to? No lights. This one comes in, and again, a good opportunity there to get the header down, but not on target. Trying to get a little glancing header there was Ferdinand. And that's the thing that why coaches get gray hairs, you know. because you have all these tall defenders there, and the shortest man, or one of the shortest men in the field, gets the header. You know, and now you know why coaches have bald heads, and because they're just pulling out all their hair. You know, as to how is that possible? But they survive, and that's a better ball because to keep it infield. And Malcolm just not able to get his pass on target on that occasion. Jones coming deep for the ball now, realizes that that midfield is very crowded, and they go down at the extremities of the field, and again, once that ball gathers space, it just keeps going. You have a hard time catching up with it.
This is a fast ground, hard ground.
Fraser thought he had a chance, but he was quickly warded off. And again, Davidson caught in possession, but another change over there in terms of ball possession. Early ball played out on that
Got space
far
in
side.
there
Yep.
now.
Here is Davidson now. Good opportunity now. Can they keep possession, Moses? And just got spun around there a little too much. Fraser.
That one should be offside.
Yep. Did get it on target though. That's a good shot, but it would not have counted anyway. And there was Ferdinand again, making a nuisance of himself among these tall defenders. So still no goals yet. 34 minutes gone already in this game. And remember, this is a round robin play, so you want to pick up your points. Both of them have a win, so they don't want to lose here because you have a third game to play on Tuesday night. And both of these teams might be fancying their chances of winning those games, so if they have to settle for a draw in this one, they probably would want to do that, but they don't want to lose.
That's what you try to do, not to lose. First thing, you try not to lose.
Yep. Plus, Tobago has a 3-goal cushion. They won their game 4-1. Trinidad and Tobago won theirs 1-0. So in terms of goals, they are well ahead now. So they must be thinking if we could keep this as a scoreless scenario, or maybe nip a winner, or a single goal, a 1-0 victory. We could live with that because that would be 6 points on their resume. Here is Makul again, trying to play himself and Boatswain, trying to sort things out. Now they decide they're going to switch the sides quickly. That's a great ball, picked up there by Davidson again, but he just seemed to run into problems there. Just that pass, just not the ideal situation there. Lapiste doing his bit though to try to win it back, and they do. Karut really getting into problems there and giving it away. Actually, that's Tariq Richards, who seemed to have a lot of time, and then there was no time.
I know the players should know they don't have much time.
Yeah, that's one of the things you realize very quickly. Two things you have to do. One, you have to get to the ball first. Always try to be first to the ball. And when you get there, you must have an idea of one or two options, what you're going to do when you get the ball. And if you can play it first time, then do so. If not, minimal touches, 1, 2 at most, and then you get rid of it and move to try to support.
This game is like a small-sided game.
Yep.
1 touch and 2 touch.
Touches, yeah. And
very rare you get the chance to
run with the ball.
Run with the ball.
Yep. And a lot of times too, when you play those small-sided games, coaches deliberately tell you you only have 2 touches. So you have to get into the habit of playing under pressure. And like I said, make your mind up. What are your options?
Yeah. Yes, in most training session, to get your team moving, you play 1 touch, 2 touch.
Yep. You try to get the players to buy into that. Let them get into the habit of not having to play with the ball too much. Make 3, 4, 5 touches before they release it.
And that's a bad habit we have here in Trinidad.
It's a shot from
Tobago.
distance. Yep. Shot from distance that doesn't threaten Denoon's goal. Beaten once so far, but it's done very well. And again, the balls are being played in areas. These are dangerous areas, given the state of the field. And just as I say so, you got away with one there, almost.
They're trying to be too cute sometimes. I understand they want to play, but not to wrong your goal.
Yep, because one mistake. And in fact, that's how the Trinidad goal, how they got their goal. It was a bad pass right in the middle of the goal. And all the attacker, George, had to do was just control and basically place it in the goal. The goalkeeper was badly out of position. But I think the referee wants that retaken. So the players get a little bit of a breather here. They get to slow down things just that little bit. All these little tricks in the trade. And here he is again, Boatswain. He's a big fella, Makul. He's been the star so far. That's another great ball. Can he get the return ball? When is the shot going to come? And a nice save again there from that man, Thorne. He's not the tallest, but he was at full stretch there.
Too close to the keeper.
Another interception, and this is good football. That's going to be an infringement. But this is good football from the Tobago team. You really have to be impressed with what they're under some pressure here now, though. Fraser unable to control it. I want to believe after a while, too, Sid, it starts to play on your mind, because the players are getting to you so fast that now you're free to even touch the ball. But you're wondering if your control is good enough to, to win it back. Because somebody like a Fraser, who seems so skillful, that even you're kind of surprised when he miscontrols the ball, even though he has time and space. Again, good movement, good anticipation. Richards now. Back it goes in the middle of the park. They have control, Moses. A nice early ball as they're again on the move here. Tobago trying. I'm not quite sure if that's what he wanted to do, but Boatswain. And here we go again. That pass wide. But that was a bad pass, because there was no way his teammates were going to get that.
I see the pass that he wanted to make. The idea was right.
Now, no, somebody has to come for the ball. That's the thing. And they give it away once more. Lovely turn. Shot.
And that's a dangerous pass. That pass into the middle to that defensive midfielder. Once it gets cut off, that can create a goal.
It's a straight path to goal.
A straight path to goal.
And
he has to cut that out.
This time Jordan Ferdinand couldn't get his shot on target. The man from Malik got one in the back of the net earlier. Here they go again. It's almost as if they're tempting fate here. They tried it once, they got away with it. They keep trying it all the time. It just seems as if, I want to believe that is the plan. Play it to the man, the midfielder coming back, and he should distribute it. But on the one before that resulted in the shot, part of the problem was the wing-back was running away from him, so he didn't have an option. So he had to try to control it, and of course it bubbled up, and then it changed hands quickly. But it changed hands in a dangerous area.
They has to try to cut that pass out. The angle that you are passing the ball, it's too straight. And once you play in that straight ball, it is easy to cut out. These passes supposed to be coming at an angle.
And even if you're a defender, you just want to be close to him, because you know it might bubble up because of the state of the pitch.
There's a slight pressure and that ball could bubble and you win that ball.
This looks like a little bit. And these boots now are so lightweight, and just the materials that they're made of. So even if you just get stepped on, it could hurt. It will be because almost like you get, well, you're saying stamped, but it's almost as if you're getting it's like on a bone. It's like
Yes.
a peg on a bone. And but there's very little by way of protection. They're all plastic or some kind of nice synthetic material. Lightweight, yes, it feels good, but in cases like that, you are the one who feels the brunt of the pressure. And we see that very often. Slight touches, and guys are in serious pain. So no goals yet. 42, almost 43 minutes gone. This is another good one. The keeper, though, is very, very alert, coming out and immediately getting the play going the other way. Levi Jones trying to get it down that left-hand side, but they lose out. Now Tobago with a chance. And here they go again, Ferdinand again, trying to get the ball across. He does, and George not able to get there, just missing out. And there's a little nudge in the back, but the referee allows play to continue. But good work, a quick counter by TNT, almost resulting in the opening goal.
The national under 20 is putting some pressure onto Tobago now. They are keeping Boswin out of the game. For me, he's getting the ball too much for me. The ball at his back.
Here he is again trying now, looking for something, and decided he has to go all the way back to Lapiste, or rather to Richards. Richards gives it up, and Botswain can't keep control of it. Now he has to fight back for it against George. George, who just missed that chance that went across the face of the goal there. Matthews. Back it goes to Jones. From right side to left side. Better patience now, Trinidad and Tobago. That's a dangerous ball because it has to travel so far and always had a chance of being intercepted. And another one. Botswain not able to get the handle on it. And here he goes, keeps going with it. Just can't get it, keep it in place. So it's been a real tough first half for these teams, both teams having difficulty really understanding the dimensions of the field and the conditions of the field.
You can see the fitness is starting to tell now. Last 5 minutes of the game.
And it's more mental. Look at another opportunity here. This could be a problem here.
This could be a penalty.
Yep. And the referee blows the whistle. So really and truly, they gave the ball away, right? That same ball playing with the man's back to the goal. And down he goes. George didn't need a second invite. And now the referee is having a discussion here. I'm not quite sure why.
I think he's trying to find out if it was inside. Penalty.
Yeah, it should be a penalty. I don't think there was any debate about that. Delon Matthews went sprawling over. No debate. Just look at it here. He found his back turned.
Try to do too much. And that is the problem. And that is where they have been winning the ball
Matthews,
in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the game. That same ball I have been saying that they are creating the pressure from.
Lead your man into the sides of the field where he wants him. So instead of playing it straight at him, kind of play to his left or to his right. So he's already half turned, going in the direction that he wants to go. So this is going to be Cooper, who is the captain of the U20s today, with an opportunity here just on the stroke of halftime. In fact, we're in added on time now. Cooper against Denoon.
And
put it wide. Well. A golden opportunity here for the TNT youths. Cooper tried to place it, but he placed it so far away from the keeper. He also placed it wide of the upright.
And that's the half there.
Yes, it is. And they could have ended on a high, Trinidad and Tobago. Instead, we're still deadlocked, goalless And before we take a break quickly here, Sid, your thoughts on the first half?
And the first half of the first half, Tobago was controlling the game, was faster to the play, getting behind the defense of the Trinidad and Tobago under 20. And in the second half, I think the Tobago team like seems to be going, and they found a way to find the pressure when Tobago is trying to play out, and they're playing that straight ball into the defensive midfielder, and they are double teaming him. He doesn't get a chance to play and stop their plays from going forward and winning it back closer to their goal. And they seems to be dominating at the second half of the game.
We'll wait to see what transpires here. I'm sure the coaches will have something to say about that. Aku George and Keon Boatswain, the coaches for the Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago too, of course, will also be having some advice for these youngsters, the coaching staff, Brian Haynes and Mr. Cooper and others. So while they talk, we're going to take a breather here. So at the half, it is Trinidad and Tobago U20s 0, Tobago Football Association 0. And welcome back to the second half action out here in the Mayor's Cup 2024. This is game number 3 and the first of a doubleheader here at Skinner Park. I'm Roscoe Mark working along with Sid Gray. And Sid, I wonder what instructions you think the coaches would have been passing on. Let's start with Tobago first of all.
I think the coach, for me, should try to tell them to try to get rid of the ball much quicker from in the defensive third. They have to be much careful in the defensive third when they are trying to play out. The straight balls that they are playing into the defensive midfield or the midfielder, try to cut that out as much as possible. And the national team, I think the coach will try to tell them, do the same thing that they were doing at the ending of the game. Try to win the ball at higher up the pitch.
Certainly it is, and I would imagine both teams would want to come out now and try and execute exactly what the coaches were advising. And we see Trinidad and Tobago pressing early now. George trying to get this one up. This could be another interesting. Again, Crovida is on the pitch. So some firepower on top immediately for Trinidad and Tobago. Niles from St. Benedict's also seeing some action. And Coverdale from St. Anthony's College, the youngster, wearing the number 23. Here's another one of those direct balls that could cause some problems. Niles right there. Just keeping the pressure. Did the smart thing. Didn't try to barge into the back of his man. Just kind of make him know that you're there and force him to make a play. And he did by getting it over the line to concede. So an early corner for Trinidad and Tobago. Niles looks like he's going to take it himself. It's a deep one, and again, just enough to get it away from the danger zone. And now it's a scramble. Cooper doing well, gets it out wide where Fraser is in attendance. Fraser with a beautiful ball across goal, but once again, too strong beyond everybody.
The Tobago side is getting themselves in trouble with those balls in the defensive third, trying to play out in those tight spaces.
And again, it's even if you're playing it, it has to be a first-time ball in terms of leaving the defensive player's legs. He can't try to control and turn because he's blind at the moment. Here's another ball played covered out, causing problems there. And trying to squeeze in there was Matthews. But now Tobago trying to hit on the counter-attack. Here they come. This could be interesting here now, but once again, Thorne coming off his line nicely in all green. Not the biggest of goalkeepers, but we do have a player down in the middle of the park right now, and he looks like he's holding his groin or somewhere there.
I think knee.
So that's always a tough ask right now, but you don't want to see players, especially in a game like this, you want to see players down for any extended period of time. And the boatswain just keeping close tabs on what is happening, wants to make sure that everything is okay with Moses. He seems to be able to walk it off. Just shaking the head there to indicate that all is not well. Maybe that Tobago might have to consider a substitution here.
Seems like they had to make a substitution here.
It just doesn't seem as if he's able to continue. Look, he's heading straight for the bench. And I think they're going to be forced into a substitution. So Darian Moses is going to come off. And in the meantime, it's Niles again very speedily trying to get down that left-hand side.
What's the start position? What's the line?
So Tobago now will rely on Dwayne Frank to replace Moses,
Push on it. No, no,
or Queen Frank.
Queen.
no, no, no. Mark your line, mark your line.
Here he is now, not really controlling that one and caught in possession immediately.
Queen, so quite surprising. He's playing in the midfield. Normally he's defender.
Keep looking.
And especially on a surface like this, you want to be as comfortable as possible in your favorite position. Here's Covador trying his best here. Very busy player, and wins a free kick in a dangerous position at that.
Wait! Boyo, boyo! Boyo!
So still no goals. We had a great opportunity just on the stroke of halftime, a penalty, but it was missed by Moses, by Cooper rather.
Leo! Stay on side.
You can see Queen has come on and he's not up to the pace of the game as yet.
And that's the thing, he probably didn't think he was going to be coming on so soon. Francois now lining this one up low and hard, but he pulls it wide.
In the game of football, you're supposed to be ready. Every 5-10 minutes, get up, you do some warming up. Halftime was there.
And the ball is off the field. He was off the field. He wasn't even sure he wasn't aware that he was off the field. Covador again, very busy young man. Always seemed to be involved.
Closer to the 9.
It's not the biggest target, but he's full of movement.
Long, long!
Here's another snapshot that is way off target here. So the Trinidad and Tobago team has come out and they've really pinned the Tobago back in their own half. And but again, those second and third balls are creating problems because they can't seem to find the target. And every time they try to run with the balls, they run into problems.
Yes, they're setting the pace. That's what I'm saying. The pace of the game.
Yeah, there's no rhythm to their play right now, the Tobago team.
They have stepped up. And the 20s have stepped up their pace.
And it's no matter what they try right now, it just seems not to be working for them. And again, another pass in the middle of the park. That is an errant pass. That is allowing the Trinidad and Tobago youngsters to get some momentum, gain yardage. Now, there's always a challenge in this. When you play in a tournament like this, I suppose for the Trinidad and Tobago team, it's easier. But for a team like the Tobago team, is it about giving all the players exposure? Here he is again. That's a good ball covered up. Gets it across. Unfortunately there, Matthews couldn't get around it.
Well, in a case like this, sometimes you have to try to give everyone an opportunity.
But if you have a game to win, do you kind of go for the win, keep some of your main players on?
Well, sometimes you have to do it. Depends on the nature of the tournament. If you are looking at this,
For the second time in a row, it just seems as if Richard's not quite sure which line he's looking at out there. So getting a an earful now from the referee Joseph. They'll be telling him once the whistle blows, leave the ball. Opportunity now for them to get something going, and just manages to keep that one in. But again, it's one ball and then it's turned over. Now, Covador looking to turn his man, but then he too finds that the sideline comes rather quickly.
Stay up and you can anticipate. Stay up and anticipate. That's better. Well done.
And this is the man there. He has to get into the game a lot more, and the referee allows play to continue here, but down, both men went down, and one stayed down. The referee Moses, or Matthews rather, went down in a heap there, but he certainly got the worst of that one. Yeah, that was a real sandwich he found himself in. It's like he ran into a brick wall.
Oh, national under 20 players, for me, I find they're a bit small. They need some muscles for me.
Yeah, a lot of them are on the small side. And even Lapiste, who was involved in that collision there, he too got a little bit of treatment, but he doesn't seem too put off by it. Trying now to build up. Dominic Lyons has stepped back further on defense now, trying to control things at the back. And right now, really an errant pass, but it might still fall there for McCool. And he is sending the ball. That's a great ball. This could be a goal. And he jumps in. Yes, it does. Well,
that's a great goal.
Yep. Brilliant finish indeed. He got behind the defense. Was a great ball. And that's Davidson getting behind the defense. Look at this pass. Chipped it forward. Davidson took his time. The goalkeeper probably needed to just keep going. He just kind of froze and allowed him the opportunity to play the ball, and he lobbed him beautifully. So in the 58th minute of play, the deadlock is broken.
And this is the first opportunity in the second half. First time they actually get behind on the 20 defense in the second half.
So Kyle Davidson makes it 1-0. And now maybe this might inspire the Tobago team to probably try and get a little more involved in play. And here is the substitute, Frank, having a tough time. He still hasn't been able to really get into rhythm. There's Davidson again. He's a small man, but he certainly took his goal well. Now, Covador, and there was Dinoon just having to make sure. And was really, Covador didn't need much. He turned quickly and fired away. He was always missing, but Dinoon wasn't to know that.
Dangerous pass.
And the ball is left there, and would you believe it? It's almost like the defender just allowed the ball to run right across the face of the goal.
They seem not to be learning. That's not the pass. Prefer you turn and hit
outside,
the ball
yep.
and down the line.
Turn away from the goal.
Or hit the ball down the field. Instead of, that's a dangerous pass. That could have been picked off and gone straight to the goal.
And that's how the Trinidad team got their goal in the first game. They capitalized on a defensive error right in the middle of just at the edge of the penalty area, and they took advantage of it. One touch, and George was quickly having the ball in the back of the net. Here, nobody was able to at least get a foot on it in dead center, but that could so easily have been intercepted right there in front of the goalkeeper. You don't really, I don't know why they keep playing that ball, because even just the thought of playing that ball across the face of the goal should be frowned upon. Here's a ball just ping-ponging in
Pinball.
the area, but he's going every which way. And then just as he got the handle, got some room there, Fraser blasted it over the bar.
I think the Tobago side just needs to calm themselves instead of rushing it. Calm themselves.
But you see, what is happening here too, you're looking at Lions, Dominic, he's trying to slow the game down, but one player can't slow the game down by himself. While he might hold the play up a little bit, but he has to be able to get the teammates to also want to slow the game down. And the best way to do that is to pass it about, and make sure the passes connect. Right now it's one pass, two, and then bam, it changes hands, and they're coming back. Here they come again, trying to fashion something. Thorne finally gets beaten. And not able to really keep the ball in play for long stretches. But it's one goal. We finally have a goal here, and Tobago leading 1-0. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago scored just one goal in their opening game. So they now might be thinking they have to get something. Here's a shot, covered. Oh, slips it. Again, Denoon, brilliant. And again, this time Niles was there to follow up, but even he couldn't get it past the big fella. And that's two fine saves. No wonder why his teammates. That's the first one from Covador, and then Niles with the follow-up, and that too is batted away quite nicely. Should be a corner, but Denoon, the big fella there, certainly coming to his team's rescue. But look at how cool he is. As if nothing happened. So that's what they pay me for, to stop goals. Just standing there. Yep.
Once you as the goalkeeper and you have calm, that transcends through your defense.
Yep.
If you show panic, the defense will panic as well.
So Niles is getting treatment just off the field there. And the referee just asking that he be removed. But he's back on his feet, which is a good sign. Now here is the corner, played short, Covador. Again, trying to set it up here on Fraser, and it's blocked initially. But he gets a second bite of the cherry. It's still bouncing around in the area there, and that is a big man challenge there. He just weirded him off. The referee says it's a penalty, but it was actually outside the area. And the referee is saying that it is a penalty, and I think the entire Tobago team, they're stunned that a penalty was given. The ball clearly was outside the area, and if you look at it here again, this is the line. The ball is drifting over, taking it away from one.
Outside the area.
It's outside the area, still outside the area.
Yes, that's outside the area.
So, but the referee doesn't have the benefit. The referee's assistant wasn't in the position or didn't raise the flag to indicate or didn't. There's no consultation between the two of them.
But I think that was a rash challenge. He didn't need to make that challenge.
So, a chance here now in the 64th minute of play. Another penalty for Trinidad and Tobago. They missed the first one. This time, it looks like it's going to be Jones. So can they finally get the equalizing goal here?
The referee was so close to that play. I think he should have got that call correctly.
So Levi Jones with the chance. I think the players, given what has happened in this game, you want to follow up here, because Denoon, you never know, he might be able to pull off a save here, or will Jones beat him? And he saves it. He does, and the rebound goes in, and that is the man who was fouled initially, Niles, back on the field, and he is the quickest to, and I was just talking about the rebound, And given what has happened, and there was Niles punishing lazy defensive work
Yes.
there on the part of the Tobago players.
Look at how they're standing there.
Look where Niles came from. Yep, Niles was behind them all, and he had a clear path on goal.
That lazy defended. Like they expected it to score.
So he scores the rebound to put Trinidad and Tobago back on an even keel with the Tobago, with their Tobago counterparts. And now they, again, the volume has really stepped up now. So all of a sudden, we didn't have a goal for the entire first half, but early in the second half, we have two. One of them a penalty. Again, here's Niles just getting it out of harm's way. And
See the fitness of the under 20 players.
starting to tell
Tell
him
her here.
in the area he goes now. Is looking to buy something there. That's a great ball, but a good touch. But is it good enough? And once again, Fraser getting under the ball and skying his effort.
They're again run ragged here. Started to lose their shape.
Yeah, they really have to try to kind of pull things back here. So Jeremiah Niles, the man who scored Fraser, again. So 1-1 the scoreline now. Goals in the 58th minute and in the 64th. Here's a ball just bouncing around again in the area. We've seen this quite a bit now. And here is Davidson, who scored a beauty for Tobago, trying to calm things down.
It's a great ball here.
But again, they can't hit the targets. Another clumsy challenge that almost resulted in a player going down, but they live to fight on. And once it gets helter-skelter like this, it's problems for the Tobago team. They just seem a little bit ruffled at the moment.
They need to calm themselves. Slow the game down.
And they can't dwell on the referee's call because you know that's gone now. You still have over 20 minutes to play.
Still, they have themselves to blame. The goalkeeper has done his job, but it didn't help their goalkeeper.
The big fella got down there in noon. He got on quickly to his right, made the save. Only thing he didn't parry it far enough away from his goal. There's a ball, a low one, and that's a direct hit right into the face of the defender. And I think he's going to feel that one. You don't like to get those at all, Young. So now the game is there for the taking. The question is who wants it the most? And that's a dangerous ball, really. It's almost the same thing that the Tobago players were doing. Finding themselves in a position there on defense and making passes that all they're doing is bringing pressure. Yep. So you're putting your teammate under pressure.
The 5 yards pass.
Yep. So again, the bodies flying all over the place now. You could just sense that the U20 is up for the fight here. Can Tobago respond in kind? Again, Niles busy, has the benefit of that goal, and they just keep going forward. Levi
Can't
Jones.
dwell on the ball,
Yep.
taking too many touches.
And that applies to both teams because every time they try to run with the ball and defenders are somehow finding a way to get to the ball once more. The control isn't
Four
there.
tackle there.
Yep. And he came on earlier, and as soon as he came on, he gave the ball away, and once again he's going into the books. Frank.
And down. Hey.
Can see he's out of his step in the midfield there.
Yeah, Quinn Frank not able to
Let's go. Hey. Hey.
really stretch his long legs. Can't, he has to like work up to putting in the tackle here because the space is so small, it's so limited. You have to tackle early, and if you mistime it, it looks terrible. So Niles, who scored that goal, the number 13, is there, but the ball played in, and again, they still keep possession. Here is Niles once more. Gets it back to Fraser. Fraser curling, and he scores! Well. He didn't look like that was intended to go to goal, but it certainly curled and it dipped just under the bar. And in the 71st minute, the 72nd minute of play now, it's 2-1 to the national team. Andel Fraser, the man from St. Anthony's, with the go-ahead goal.
I'll have to say that's a blunder by the keeper there. I think that's a ball that I think he should be.
Well, I think he was surprised. I don't think it was intended to be a shot on goal, but it curled and it dipped right under the bar. And it put him under some problems there because he was kind of backpedaling and then had to make the save. So battles in midfield now, and that's good. Crawford is really pulling away from his defense, but they lose the handle again. And Niles still going, really shackling and really taking on the defense there. And the Lions that time decided against putting in the challenge, which was good, sensible defending.
You can see the midfield of the under-20s is really taking charge of the game now.
Yeah, they're sitting deep and allowing the Tobago players to make those what they feel might be good passes, but they're really dangerous passes. And they're just gobbling them up here.
They are winning all the second balls. Every second ball they are winning.
Just about half line. And here goes, here goes that man again, Matthews. Not for the first time, he's down. And now he's holding his hand almost as if he got stepped on. He's been through the walls. And we have a Tobago player also feeling the pinch at the moment. So it's been a hectic second half so far. And this looks like both swing, and they just can't seem to settle Tobago. Really looking for answers at the moment. Check the difference. Most, if not all, of the Tobago players with their hands on their hips. Yes. Look at the Trinidad and Tobago players. They are just walking around, most of them, anxious to get on with proceedings, but the Tobago players all seem a little bit spent.
Yes, the fitness level is telling right now.
So can they hold on here, Tobago, and at least get themselves back in the game? They can't afford to concede another goal. That would be curtains for them. Here is Cooper, and he missed Cooper, trying to make amends there, captain for today. Here's one of the stars of the day for Trinidad and Tobago, Jeremiah Niles.
Back post, get to the back post.
Can he get this one into that danger zone? just lobs it up there, but it's brought out. And another one that is aimed at that far post, but again,
That's it.
a good defense here. They attacked the ball, got the bodies in the way, and it's deflected out for another corner kick.
Yeah, under so much pressure now. Can't seem to get out of their half.
Run, run.
Yeah, they really need somebody to give them a spark here.
Good. No.
And there's a chance, but once again, Dinoon is in the way. A header down, good header, but
That's a good show.
yep, gets it out there early. And but again, having to wait for that ball. And he's kind of going out of the game a bit, Zion McCool. They really need to feature him as much as possible. And Thorne there almost got too far ahead of the ball on that occasion, had to kind of reach back to catch it.
Cover, it's gonna be you, cover up.
Problems. Once you let the ball bounce, it creates all sorts of problems for you,
Long, long.
especially on a field that is as hard as this one is. Once it loops up in the air, it takes forever to
Always
come
a
back down.
50-50.
Yeah.
You are bringing the attackers in play.
Yep, it takes a mighty long time to come down. So we have substitutions being made here now. Coming on, Moses Bernard. Yep, he is immediately going on top. So he is going to get a bit. It looks like Davidson, the goal scorer, is going to also be replaced.
Come on, Ander, win it. Ander, win it. Win it.
But they're under pressure here now. And that looked like a foul throw. Looked like his hands were separated. To nobody in particular. The ball is just played downfield, and it's coming the other way. But they may get another bite at the cherry here. Tobago now really need a goal. And hoping to assist them there. Omar Daniel.
That one.
He came on for Davidson. But like Davidson, he's a small man. Even though he might be a little wider than him, but in terms of height, he's not very tall. And the taller Trinidad and Tobago defenders certainly trying to push him around. In a case like that, I would tell Omar, just go and stand up in the box, and as they push you, fall down. Because you could see them, they're trying to jockey him away. That ball's floating in, and that's a good header, but a difficult one at that. And however, he did execute it well. It just didn't go past the goalkeeper there, but that's not a bad effort at all. Almost out of nothing, he fashioned an opportunity there. Frank. Quickly now, they try to bring it down this right-hand side. That's the substitute who's just come on there, Daniel.
Get closed down very quickly. That will be offside.
Yeah, Covidor just left a little too soon.
All right. In front there. Slow down the ball.
I think coaches would like Covidor now. He was not in the national under-20 picture for the CONCACAF tournament, the qualifiers. That's dangerous. He had a man out there. He opted not to play it, and I hope he doesn't play it back across the face of the goal, because the ball almost always went there, and then it sort of died there. Covidor with another fine save, but this could be a goal. No, another block here. Brilliant indeed, but they're like doing it themselves, or they're doing it to themselves by being careless with the ball coming out here. It's another early ball, and not good control. Matthews, lovely turn, trying to squeeze it into Covidor there. And they just seem a little shell-shocked at the moment, the Tobago team. They're coming at them in waves at the moment, Trinidad and Tobago. Covidor slips it wide, a chance to get it over. Niles is looking,
The fitness level is really telling here.
Oh, that's
Great
good.
skill.
He just scooped it over, and now he's trying to get something going there. Tobago still in with a chance here. They're not out of it totally, but they just need to be composed, a little more composed on defense. Matthews going past one, comes onto that left foot, and that's not going to hurt a bit as far as the noon is concerned. Quick ball out. Here's Boatswain. He has to wake up for
Poor
the
touch
Tobago
again.
team. Yep. Frank. He's going to goal. Well, I did say it's a kicking ground, but that's from very far. That's in the center circle. He was trying to go to goal there.
Bit ambitious there.
We have a player down. So 2 players, 1 on each team. It looked like Fraser was down, but he's up. And, well, it just seems as if,
Seems to be calling for a change.
yeah, a little bit of cramp, it looks like.
Fatigue is now stepping in.
Yeah, it's hard. They're working very hard out there. That's Charles Hall, who is having a tough time down that left wing back position. No respite at all. They're coming at him in waves. So now the Trinidad and Tobago youths must be feeling very confident that they could probably go in here and maybe tack on an insurance, another one, just to kill off the Tobago team. And Hall doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it up. He's in some serious pain.
He's struggling.
Yeah, he's cramping up.
It's very humid outside.
And the pace is relentless right now. So he is going to be substituted as well. So it's going to be another change for Tobago. And these are all forced changes now because of the number of players going down injured. Karen Arthur.
Fatigue. If you are not fit and playing these games every other day, it will really tell on you. Strong tackle there.
So now we're heading into the last 10 minutes or so of regulation time. Are we into that last 10?
A recovery time.
So now they have to first defend,
Now I
and
think
then
Frank seems to be going to his original position.
back in as the stopper.
Yes.
So we have 2 big men in the middle there, is Frank and Lyons. Now who does he pass the ball to? Somebody has to show, and show quicker than that, because he just ran right into problems there and have to try to force his way back. Here's an opportunity. Niles almost getting in among the yellow shirts there.
He seems to be playing himself in trouble all day.
There's no real cohesion coming out of the back now, except for the red shirts. They just seem to be filing forward in droves, looking for moves. Levi Joseph battling away, still trying to get in there, and players complaining to the referee, but the referee is very, very rare, if at all, do you see a referee changing a call. Once they make that call, that's it. You could hem and hoe and say whatever, do whatever. Very unlikely that call is going to be changed. And it's going to be Cooper now. Floats a lovely ball in, and it's right there. Crawford door with the left foot. Missed it completely.
That's a tad clearance there.
And it's really about observing the basics about defending. If you're going to go up to head the ball, you're not heading the ball down.
Always up.
You head the ball up and away from your goal. You know, don't head it back in the middle of the park.
Erskine, both of us knows better when you are tired.
Yeah, you could do strange things. And this is where the goalkeeper now has to help them out a little bit more, he probably has to come now and take the ball a lot better like he did here, but that's an early ball down, and that was always going to be an infringement. I can't believe the referee didn't blow the whistle for that, but he allowed play to continue, and the man just barged into the goalkeeper, and much to the chagrin of the Trinidad and Tobago bench, they couldn't believe that that was not an infringement there. He just seemed to turn his back and just kind of slid into the goalkeeper.
That's a brave move there.
Yep. I was just waiting for the whistle. I couldn't believe there was no whistle on that. You have to protect the goalkeepers as much as possible. So this is going to be a substitution for Trinidad and Tobago. I think Fraser is coming off.
Makul has been out of the game.
Yep. And once again, those lines. It's like the players just not seeing the lines properly. I'm not sure because too many passes are going.
I think the lines need to be brightened a bit more.
Going out of bounds. Opportunities here now to them to bring the ball forward. Tobago really needs something quickly. They're running out of time. And that's not going to help the situation for them. So 2-1 is the scoreline at the moment. Trinidad and Tobago. They fell behind, but now they've come all the way back.
Poor clearance here.
So yeah, Tobago really needs something, and it has to be something quickly. And this could be a good opportunity here for them. Where's the cross? And just blocked inside, just trying to sneak it through there. Not a bad effort. And again, is that man trying to give his team a chance. Yep. Can he get the shot off? Going for the return ball. Still going. Shot across the goal off the bar. Well. Yes, here is the other shot. No, Macoum, can he get it in? Does get the shot off, but it's blocked. And it goes behind. Dangerous moments there. Young just getting in the way and keeping that one out. But what a fine effort that just crashed off the body of Cooper and then off the bar.
Bit lucky there.
Yeah, that could have ended up in the back of the net. Would have been a superb goal. Good build-up play, good approach work. They didn't just go for the first, but they actually played the ball and really just sliced through the defense. Just couldn't provide that finish. 2-1 now. The Trinidad Tobago team now hanging on here as Tobago finds a little second wind, as they say. Can they make something dramatic happen here in the last couple of minutes? It's 2-1. And they're down a man. He's trying to get back on the field.
That's
the referee not letting him. Yep. Here is the header. Oh, he just kind of sat down. He didn't really head the ball towards the goal. He needed to get up and down with the header. He just let the ball hit him, and it just bounced off his head and went behind. That was Dominic Lyons.
Didn't get the chance to.
Yeah, he had to go up and head the ball down. He just kind of sat there, and there's almost like if he was trying to lob it. Covered up, creating a nuisance there. Would have been offside if the player just allowed the ball to go to
It's a
him.
goal kick, no offside. That's from a goal kick.
All the way up the field.
In the final minute as well, Ruskin. I wonder how much time the referee will give us.
Yeah, it should be a couple of minutes because we did have a few stoppages. Here is Dorel Young. Not a long one headed down, but again, the big fella right in behind it.
Good throw as well.
Yep,
Out.
and gets it out early. Can he control it? And that just that bounce. Once it bounces, and it's going to be a throw in for Tobago.
They need to get that ball. When he make that long throw, needs to get that touch onto it.
Somebody has to control it. And it's 2-1. And does it go out originally? It's a corner. Well, the Trinidad and Tobago players thought it had gone out even before the contact was made. And now they're trying to sort it out. They're waiting for the big fellas to get up there. Here they come. Curled in. Header over the bar. Well. Can't say they didn't get two good looks at goal here.
Should have done better there. At least make the goalkeeper make a save.
And of course the two stoppers involved. Lyon had the first one. Now it was Frank getting the second one. Both of them went over the bar. And goalkeeper is out of problems at Clement. Trying to turn his man. And
Well.
Both men left it, and it just went over the line. He could have easily tried to clear it upfield. Instead, it stays inside the Tobago defensive third. We're in added on time here now. How much of it, we're not sure. But mightn't be too much. No, the referee blows for an infringement, so it's going to be...
I think it has to be smart now. Yeah. You are on top. No need for that long throw. Throw the ball into the corner. Kill some time.
Or at least get it to one of your teammates'
feet
on his legs so he could play with it. But that's a good take. Excellent work. Still trying to go. Can he get the ball in? And just not able to find the target. Still time. The referee allowing play to continue.
Porcho needs to get it up.
Coverall trying to get their Lions is in the way. Here is Matthews, has had a good game. And Tobago still fighting forward though. Daniel, who's just come on, but he's not going to get that one. In fact, he was just sent sprawling. And it's going to be a goal kick. Now, if you're a Tobago player, saying what is different with that than the one that resulted in the penalty here at this end? Because they're both shoulder to shoulder, says, you know. But the referee assistant was there and he didn't raise the flag, so the referee not obliged to. Coverall causing problems himself and Niles. Busy all the time. Now here is the big fella taking his time, Levi Jones.
Tobago defense has not dealt with the long ball. He needs to get those balls cleared. They are not dealing with those long balls coming from the back.
So Jones is going to take the throw himself. Or actually, Young
this is
going
much
to take
smarter. Kill time.
So now Young gets it back. He's taking it to the corner flag. It's still in the Tobago half. But nobody's inside, so he doesn't make the cross, which is sensible. And he was trying to look, he was looking for a rebound there. So 2-1. Time running out here on Tobago. We're in the 4th minute of added on time. Will we be playing 5 minutes? And that's going to be an infringement. So now a chance here. Now, this is a good range, so I wouldn't be against anybody who might fancy their chances from this distance here.
It's that Bosway. He had a good one at first half.
Or even if you could get somebody like McCool to fire from here. He's on the ball. Boatswain is there as well. It looks like it's going to be Boatswain. I really think he needs to go home with this. Trinidad and Tobago team anxious to see how they could do it. Here's the shot, it bounces well. Did it take a deflection? It
Yes,
did.
it did.
Well, the ball just seemed to deviate as it hit, almost like it's an off break he was bowling. Well, and hit that with the hand of the defender too. And ricocheted wide. So 2-1 here now. Tobago really pressing here. Looking for an equalizer. They can't get it there. That might just be it. And there it is, the final whistle. 2-1, it ends. The Trinidad and Tobago Youths have their second win, and they take the lead now in terms of points. They have 6 points. Tobago will remain on 3, and with plenty of work to do in their final game. Plus, they will need a little help from their friends, so to speak.
Yes, they will need a lot of help. I think the game was a good game of in quarters. But the second half, I think the national under 20 guys came out with much more purpose, much more vigor, and keep putting pressure onto the Tobago defense. When some of the Tobago players got injured and they replaced them, the players that came in didn't fill the gap that they're supposed to do.
Yeah, it certainly created opportunities for the Trinidad and Tobago team to capitalize on. They seem to grow in confidence, especially in that second half when they got that go-ahead goal. They just seemed to dominate after that, and they got more and more possession going towards them, and they eventually held on down the stretch. Tobago, to their credit though, played right to the final whistle, and which is good to see, because they certainly ask a lot of questions. You can look at Brian Haynes there, really trying to get his players, let them understand the significance of winning, but at the same time, I'm sure when they have their team meetings later or tomorrow, we probably look at, it could be a little more objective in terms of what we did well, what we didn't do well, and what he hopes to see in the third and final game.
And that's now, yeah, they will be happy, but as really and truly, he needs to break it down for the last game, for the third game, and dissect where they went wrong and where they can do much better.
Yeah, so 2-1 the final in this encounter. The national team coming away with the victory. Again, it was Kyle Davidson giving Tobago the lead in the 58th minute, but that's after Cooper missed a penalty just on the stroke of halftime. And Levi Jones also had a penalty in the 64th minute. That was brilliantly saved by the Noon. However, Jeremiah Niles was quickest to the rebound, and he put it away in the 64th minute. And then in the 72nd minute, Andal Fraser with a speculative cross turned goal, and that, as they say, was that 2-1, the final score here. Trinidad and Tobago winning over the Tobago outfit. Game 2 coming up in a short while. So we have the MVP of the game. Earlier we had Levi Jones picking up one for the Trinidad and Tobago team from the first game, and it was Moses for Tobago. But here it is Fraser with that second goal. He is the player of the game. Now they'd given 2 earlier, but there's just the one game we wait to see. So it's the player of this game, and there is Fraser. Andal Fraser, the man who scored that winner in the 72nd minute. So congratulations to him. Game 2 is coming up next. The Samba Youths up against the Pitchmen of Lebre. We'll have that in a short while.